Alright, hey, my name is Justin, also known as the Long Ranger for you sports fans. And today we're going to be talking about this sweet snowboarding Kokopelli I found in my backyard. Actually, no. Today we're going to be talking about this little unit. This is the Garmin eTrex 35T GPS. This is the GPS unit I've been using for all my trips and adventures the past year, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I really like it. One thing I like about it is that it just runs on AA's. That's great because you can find AA's practically anywhere. If there's a gas station in town, if there's a grocery store, odds are they stock at least one pair of AA batteries. One pair lasts about 16 hours, which is great. That's about a full day's of activity. If I need more time, I can also pack an extra pair of AA's. If I want to, I can bring rechargeable AA's and charge them at a coffee shop I've stopped in, or even using my dynamo wheel on my bike. So that's really great. The other really cool feature of this unit is it's got a touch screen, which is a little bit different than the other Garmin eTrex units like the eTrex 20 or the eTrex 30, which just have that little nubbin you use to navigate. It's a really annoying way to interface with the unit, and it gets really frustrating when you're trying to like go through a map and see what's around in the area, because it just kind of like steps through each tile very slowly. With this, it's just like a phone. You just flick it and get wherever you want. That leads to one of the gripes I have on this unit, and that is if this unit gets wet, this touchscreen acts in very strange and unpredictable ways. Sometimes taps on the screen won't register, sometimes you can't flick, sometimes even it will act as if there's a ghost working the unit, and it'll register clicks that never happened. This happens a lot if it's within a pocket of a pack or like in a vest pocket or something. Sometimes I've even had like really strange things happen where the unit has navigated itself into all sorts of crazy situations, like changing the language to Russian, or deleting the track that was being recorded, or almost factory resetting itself, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been out for a month and all my tracks are gone, and all the tracks I saved on the unit have been erased, and I don't know where I'm going to go for the next month because all the information I very carefully saved before my trip is now been deleted. And it's really frustrating to like go through the unit and be like, is this right? Did I lose everything, or is it just my imagination and the unit acting up? Especially if I'm in the rain and I can't click through the interface itself. Oh. So what I've found is sometimes the best thing to do is just disable the screen when it gets rainy. But before you disable the screen, you also want to like turn off the tones the GPS unit will make. So one of the problems is that even if you lock the screen, if there's any interfacing that the unit picks up from the screen having water on it and the screen being in a pocket or whatever, it'll make this like alarm tone, and the whole thing will just kind of like beep incessantly while you're like running, or if you're cycling, or if you're just like hiking around. And it really kind of like takes away from just being in the moment, in the here and now, because you're trying to like enjoy being in this deluge, and you're just hearing this like beeping in the back of your head, and you're just like, I just wish the beeping would stop. So you take out the GPS and you're like, well, I can just turn off the tones now. But the problem is that the screen is unresponsive, so there's no way once you've locked the screen to turn the tones off. It's just, it's frustration built on top of frustration. So here's an example of what happens. So the screen is off, but the tones are on, and the screen is picking up what it thinks are you tapping on it just from being jostled around your pack, right? So what I'm going to show you today is how to first turn off the tones, and then secondly, lock the screen. So here we go. So before it starts raining, before you lock the screen, find the button on the side, it's the power button, and click it. You'll get this screen, and the first button on the top should be one that says setup. Click that, and you'll get a bunch of lists of stuff you can do. Scroll down until you find one labeled tones. Click that. And the first option just says tones and it says on. So if you tap that, you'll turn off those tones. Great, right? Halfway through. Okay, Next thing you want to do is on the side of the unit, click that power button again, and you'll get that screen that has all the options in those icon forms. On the bottom, there's a little lock, and it's locked. Click it. Your unit now has the tones disabled and is locked. So if you press it, it doesn't make a noise. It just tells you, hey, the screen is locked. So this is now perfect for using in inclemental weather, like when it's raining on you. That's it. That's my my tip for the Garmin eTrex 35T for hiking or running or doing whatever in rainy conditions. Hope you enjoyed.